Autumn Internationals, folks. I say autumn, it's spring down here in NZ. Northern Tour, whatever you want to call it. There's a bunch of rugby on in November, a little bit in October. We'll go through some of the fixtures and you guys can let us know your thoughts on how you think they're going to go, and we can go over how we can watch them, which is kind of the most important part. First, though, I will say Super Brew Pool, if you want to play this free game on how to predict the results of the games in the autumn or spring. Link down in the description. Sign up. It's free. I usually give a shout out to the winners of the pools at some point. So yeah, give it a crack, man. I've won a couple of pools in my time, but they can be pretty competitive. This weekend we do have two internationals getting underway for the men's, obviously, because the Women's World Cup's still going on. But we've got New Zealand's in Japan to take on the Brave Blossoms, and Australia are playing Scotland. Now, there's a dividing line which you'll need to check your own broadcaster first, but the Autumn Nation Series does not include the New Zealand-Japan game. I think they're all the games in Europe. That's the Autumn Nation Series officially. Check their website. It's really good. I'll put a link down to that as well. List of broadcasters, list of fixtures. They got really good match stats and stuff. It's a pretty slick-looking website. So, yeah, check them out. But the New Zealand-Japan game, some of these broadcasters have it and some do not. So just kind of be mindful of that one. Flow Rugby is one that does have it. I love Flow Rugby. For you guys in the States, link down in the description. They're an affiliate of the channel. So if you want to sign up to Flow Rugby, watch yourself some test matches, watch the top 14 from France, watch the URC. Use that link down in the description when you sign up. It basically tells them that 2 cents sent you. So that'll be most helpful. But yeah, Flow Rugby's got the New Zealand-Japan game plus the Autumn Nation Series, so that's happy days for you guys in the States. Amazon, though, in the UK, which I believe is reasonably priced, you guys will have to let us know, UK and Ireland, they do not have the Japan-New Zealand game as far as I'm aware. I checked their fixtures list, didn't see it listed, so they are starting off with Scotland and Australia. DAZN in Canada, I'm pretty sure that's par for the course. Likewise, ESPN in South America. I think they might be separate for Brazil and for the rest of South America, but most of South America, Spanish-speaking South America, is on ESPN as far as I'm aware. I think Brazilian audiences are also on a different ESPN channel, but you guys can let us know the deets if that's helpful, but basically ESPN for South America. Stan, which is kind of good in Australia, they've got a lot of rugby, including Women's World Cup. They've got 7-day free trial, which is pretty good. I think their price is relatively reasonable. They've got the Autumn Nation Series plus the All Blacks in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Do your own research just to double check. Sky here in New Zealand, kind of pricey. Sky Sports Now does, or Sky Sports, the online one that I use. Is it Sky Sports Now? I'm pretty sure. They've also got a 7-day free trial, so that's always happy news. But yeah, they've also obviously got the New Zealand and Japan game plus the Autumn Internationals. Sky in Italy is a different Sky, but yeah, they're the provider in Italy. Italy seems to be going to a more paid TV model. Like, none of these broadcasters are free to air, sadly, but Italy seems to be going down the paid broadcaster route for a wee while. Supersport in South Africa, and I think the rest of Africa generally. Pretty much every African country I saw listed was under Supersport. I know they're kind of a pricey option for you guys in South Africa, but they seem to have a ton of rugby, so it's just one of those things, kind of like Sky here, and it's dead pricey, but they've got a lot of rugby. France, you guys have to be difficult. You guys are one of the few ones that split across multiple broadcasters. I saw France listed as France 2, beIN Sports, and also L'Equipe, so I'm not really sure what the deal is. You French fans will have to let us know why you guys are split across multiple broadcasters. Is it the French games are free to air and the other games are paid? Somebody let us know. Premier Sports is most of Asia but not Japan. Japan's on Wow Wow. Premier Sports covers places like Hong Kong, Singapore, places where there are, I guess, kind of bigger expat communities. I should say that's Premier Sports Asia rather than Premier Sports in Europe. Yeah, Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines, Korea, places like that. Places like China and North Korea, sadly, not listed. But, yes. Also not listed was places like Fiji, Samoa, Tonga. I couldn't find them listed. But, yeah, you guys make inquiries with your own broadcasters. Maybe their website's just not up to date. But this is going from their website. So, yeah, there seems to be pretty much par for the course is what it was last year. All paid broadcasters. And, yeah, the main question for your local broadcaster is, are you covering New Zealand and Japan? Because that is getting underway on Saturday, New Zealand time. So, yeah. It clashes with the Black Ferns game, which has caused a bit of a stink. But anyway, You guys let us know your thoughts. Which broadcasters are you using? Are you generally satisfied with them or not? Sky, like I mentioned here in NZ, from a personal point of view, it's pretty expensive, but apart from the URC, they have all the rugby, so I keep my complaints to a relative minimum. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.